Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxys map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the West and ending with Team 2 in the East. Starting off with Team 1's Southern player and going northward, we have in orange, the color orange, Team 1's Luker, making another appearance here, back-to-back videos. He is a UEF for this match as a 1900. To his northwest, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Blissful Noob. He is an Aeon for this match as an 1800. In Tropical Ocean Blue, we have as a Seraphim created in Abyss. He is an 1800. To his northwest, another 1800. It is Tensi as a Seraphim as well in Snow White. In Light Oak Tan to his northeast is the 2000 rated player of Limes. He is the highest rated player on Team 1, and he is a UEF. And rounding out Team 1's lineup, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is a Cybran player of Phantom Samurai. He is an 1800. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 Seraphim, 2 UEF, 1 Aeon, 1 Cybran, which means Team 1 has all of the factions represented. Taking a look at Team 2's northern player and then going southward, we have it in not Pac-Man, but Barbie Pink. It is Wi-Fi. He is a Cybran. He is a 2200. In Pac-Man Yellow to his east, we have another Cybran. It is RNA. He is a 1700. To his southwest, we have Ian Rust. Making his way to the middle is Cunning Fox. We'll see if he is cunning or not. He is in Rust. He's an 1800. Again, a Cybran. To his east in Ruby Red is a Seraphim for this match. Is it Vasyam? You call him Vas for sure. I can never pronounce his full name for some reason. Again, he is a Seraphim. He is a 1700. In Regal Purple to his south, it is Trith. He is a UEF. He is a 2300. He is the highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall. And rounding out Team 2's lineup in the south, it is Subcom Brain is what I'll be calling him. Probably Brain for short. He's a UEF in Emerald Green. So over Team 2 side of the map, they have 3 Cybran, 2 UEF, 1 Seraphim. Team 2 likes the Aeon faction. And for these 12 players, let's take a look how much recon they have to scoop up. Currently sitting at a little over 10,000 mass. So let's say 11, maybe we'll even say 12 to make the math easy. Just a little shy of 1,000 mass per player. And the map, I do want to point something out. I think everybody noticed it at this point with the first comment in the video. It was what is going on in the middle of the map, which is just an absolute, someone had a shotgun and spammed a whole bunch of mountains everywhere. So land down the everything going to be very, very confined. We see naval facilities established or starting to be established here for our players. Going to be very difficult to traverse the nonsensical environment that is. So probably less land, more focus on air, and probably Navy due to that. We do see there are some mexes on the north and southern peninsulas for our players to grab. As well for Team 2 side of the map, there is a nice Trimex here. There is that's a dual mex over there to the east. I'm trying to see if there's any other groupings of mexes. And there's another Trimex over to the north as well. So probably a little bit more slow going, getting that eco. Oh, no, there's another Trimex here. But it's still going to be a little bit more slow going, getting that eco up and running for our players, just because it's kind of limited in the trying to take territory from your opponents, as well as trying to, well, actually just eco. We do see some invasions, actually, on both sides of the map. Team 1's, who is that? That is Limes pushing in the Team 2. He's actually trisected between 3 players on Team 2, so it has to be kind of careful how far he pushes in, because he could be in a very early casualty for Team 1. Team 2, we see Brain is actually behind Created an Abyss, who's in front of Tithe. So it's a 2-to-1 advantage there for Team 2. We do see there are 2 other players inbound from Team 1. And there is some land starting to occur here in the game. But like I said, pathfinding is just good luck. I mean, you could probably get through the middle like this. But any T3 unit's going to probably struggle. T4 units are obviously going to struggle. So it's going to be limited by essentially units that can either go in the water or float above the water or transports, which we saw on the east by RNA, but that got crushed by Phantom Samurai. So it was a nice attempt, just didn't really get it off the ground. It did get off the ground, but it just didn't stay there. The average of this game, I will point out, You can see 1850, 1850 for both teams. I don't have the exact number in front. It'll be on the thumbnail, as it always is. But it is a fairly high-rated game, so I expect to see very interesting plays from these players. So we'll see how the game progresses. I just know that it works. So that's all that I know at the end of the day. So no big issues there. We do see Team 1's Tansy holding position here, and Cunning Fox over here to the north for Team 2. Still, Limes is pushing in, getting some assistance from his Riptides. Again, trying to knock out some mech expansions for Wi-Fi. We do see in the south, it is Brain and Abyss kind of having some fun in the water here. Trith and Blissful Noob over there, just, again, hanging out. There's no real action going down on the southern side. It's mainly just comms walking around. So it's nothing too crazy, but somebody gets a torpedo upgrade on board, and that kind of kills the fun for everybody in the water. We do see, again, same situation, but I think Limes is kind of moving out. He doesn't want to get killed early on, so yeah, he's retreating. And we see that Wi-Fi is pushing back to the north. So it's going to be strictly Team 1 on left, Team 2 on right side, and no real kind of mixing in. There are a couple of mexes here, but it's not going to last, of course, much longer. And I'm going to be surprised. How many air players? None. 1, 2 air players for Team 1 as of right now. Team 2, 1, 2, and maybe 3. I'm surprised it isn't 3, but maybe it is. At least 2, if not 3 for Team 2. I definitely feel like Navy... I mean, land is going to be a little important, but not as much as Navy, and definitely air is probably going to be the most important thing throughout the course of this game. Of course, artillery, lasers in the sky, game enders, nukes, all those sorts of things kind of tip the scales quite a lot. But in terms of general, triangle, this kills this kills this kills this kind of thing, it's definitely going to be air and Navy to watch out for. Lots of engineers on the front line for Team 2, just kind of hanging out, scooping up reclaim what they can. A couple of Chevy Crimson Rhinos in the mix, couple of Mantis chasing them down. They won't get super far, but they kill off some engineers, which is not great, but it's something, I guess. Interceptors over the top to take out the gunships. That's not going to last much longer, but it does take out a couple of them. Team 1 sending forces north. Limes is getting back in the water. Actually, he's probably still in the water. Going back north after Wi-Fi. We do see Blissful Noob over here to the west. Actually, or technically south, but he's falling back. And we see that Created Abyss has gun on board, but he's holding position going for his going for his nano upgrade. And Brain is going for his, I think that's going to be probably missile, if I was to presume, for him. And then Triath is walking around down there. So no real attempts at either trying to float across the water, hide under the water, or at least hide units across the water, that sort of thing, or transport units. It's really just comms going across and a couple of units down the middle, but nothing really too crazy so far. In the north, again, comm on comm action has occurred that I can probably assume at this point. Wi-Fi and RNA are heading off the pass for Limes. 1-star vet, 0 vet, no guns, but 2-1 advantage. Will win that fight any day of the week. In the west, we see more forces have made their way over from Wi-Fi. It looks like they were transported over from the northern side. So transports from the north from Team 2. Nothing in the south from Team 2. Nothing really from the south from Team 1 in general, besides just maybe holding out. We do see Luca running around down here. And Missile is outbound. Missile is going to go after Created Abyss. This is going to... Nope, it's not going to go for Created Abyss. Psych. Forget what I said. Tactical Missile done for... Actually, no. I thought he was going to go for Nano. He goes for Missile. He has T2 on board. Building TMD. Looks like that nice little snipe on the T2 mechs. Nice grab there from Brain. In the north, Limes, again, doesn't want to invade just in case he gets just ripped apart by the everything nearby. And just really nothing really happening so far. Or I should say just recently. Again, no real attacks down the middle. It's definitely a different map just because the middle is just, again, a shotgun blast full of nonsense. T3 air should be established by a couple of players. Yep, done and done. We see getting those ASFs online sooner rather than later. Team 2, T2 is online for Brain. No T3 as of yet. T3 is done for Voss, and T2 is started for RNA, most likely going for T3. Same here with Wi-Fi. So possible 3 air players at least for Team 2, with Brain maybe being a 4th. Stealth is down on Wi-Fi's comm. Thank you for telling me that, Mod. You don't have to tell it to me 6 times, but appreciate the thought. Wi-Fi has gun, and Stealth now is moving westward over to that side of the map. So Team 1 will see him at some point, but he'll probably get there before... I don't think he'll get... Anything will stop him, at least as of right now. We have some gunships over the top for Blissful New... Not Blissful New, but Brain going after Creating Abyss. Calm dead in the water. Cunning Fox is killed by Limes. How? How did he die? Oh, there's a lot of units. Oh, those are what we call riptides, and that's what killed him. Ouch! So first kill of the game goes to Limes. Maybe Cunning Fox is rooted to the spot on an upgrade or something, and then just got ripped down. So Team 2 loses a player. That does mean that somebody else on Team 2 does get a secondary base that goes to Wi-Fi. It is now a 6v5 in favor of Team 1. We do see that some revenge is inbound from Team 2. Some bricks are inbound to try to force Limes out of the water. He's trying to reclaim all of his units. Limes gets a rank in veterancy and then gets underneath the surface very, very quickly. So, not great for Team 2. They lose a player on the front lines, but again, at a minimum, land is kind of just debunked at this point. It's mainly just Navy, which we haven't even seen really from Team 1, just T2 Naval Headquarters from Phantom in the south. 1 facility online, a couple of facilities online for Team 2, but like I said, it's not really that much. Swapping missiles here from Creating Abyss, so it's missile v missile here. Creating Abyss going after the T2 air headquarters. That's going to be... Oh, it gets shot out of the sky. Unfortunate, but it was a nice attempt at a minimum. Still no T3 air. I'm surprised by these 2 players not going for T3 air. I mean, their land endeavors aren't... I mean, they have T3 land. They have a couple of units running around, but nothing too crazy. Counter bricks online for Team 1. Counter Percy. Now that's really going to help out the situation. Counter Percy on top of that. So, again, land is just kind of just debunked. It is definitely unfortunate. We always love those just huge hordes of units moving in and just clashing. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a breather from that. Brick dropped on top of a brick. You don't see that every day. And that brick's going to win that fight just based on the remaining hit points from that brick from Team 2. And T2 mechs that was almost a T3 is saved. So that was very, very close to losing that. Eco situation currently sitting at almost 1,000 for Team 1, almost 900 for Team 2. So 100 mass in favor of Team 1, but that's not terrible in terms of a lead. Both Wi-Fi and Voss are actually leading the game in terms of eco. So Team 1 doing a really good job overall, and Team 2 having some highlight players, with Wi-Fi, of course, having dual base, so that kind of helps out his numbers there. In the north, Team 1 bombers going after more mexes. Not going to help the situation for Samurai, but hey, it's at least mass being killed on Team 1 side of the map for Team 2. Wi-Fi pushing in with his... I was going to say nano, but his stealth, gun, and torpedo comm with a couple of bricks. Looks like they're going to land on land. Land on land. Yes, they're going to land on land. And they're coming in to assist. Transport knocked out. Tries to deny the drop, but it is denied. More mexes are going to be lost for Team 1 on that northern side. Well, specifically for, of course, Phantom, but in general. That torpedo upgrade on board. Wi-Fi's comm doing very well against that lonely little Salem. Second Salem online going after the comm of Wi-Fi, though. And he's actually repping up hit points. Not super bad, so he's staying above 1,000 hit points. Now he's dropped a little bit. But that destroyer actually gets out of range, so good on that micro from Phantom. In the east, the invasion on land has started to occur. Hovertech units are a premium this game. Riptide's moving in from both Team 1's Luker and from Team 1's Yenzines created in Abyss. Or Creating Abyss is Yenzines, and Luker's Riptides. That's probably the better English way to put that. No T3 air facility as of yet for these southern players, but just from that one. No other air facilities for... Oh, there's another one here. Just transports, though. Someone has a potato. Well, I mean... Sometimes, you know, the computer just doesn't want to work the way it's used to. RNA taking a lot of damage, both from land units and naval units. Gets out of the danger for that. Large spam facility coming online here for him. But I don't think it's going to last much longer. They're actually, that Spearhead doing very well at just knocking them all out as they're built. That's just wasted mass for Team 2 at that point. Approaching the 20-minute mark so far. In the south, it's just missile and missile. No crazy thing. Trith has nano and gun. Maybe he'll go for missile. Maybe we'll see Billy Nuke out of somebody from Team 2. And he has T3 air facility. Brain does. So 1, 2, still almost 3, and no 4. So 3 T3 air players pretty much. Torp bombers inbound going for Wi-Fi's comm. They're kind of fed up with it at this point. They won't kill him off, but it's gonna hurt. Drops him to about 65 something percent, close to 50, but he's going to get out of the water before he's killed off. Some of the torpedoes land on the land, so that's not going to be helpful for torpedoes. And drops below 50%, but does get air rank and veterancy, it looked like, so saves him a little bit of closeness to the red there. Nano is done for Luker, and Brain is done with T2 land. In the east, though, unfortunately for him, he has lost the entire southern peninsula. Not great for his eco. Team 1 and Team 2 are both at 1.3k mass respectively, so, you know, one player lacking a little bit isn't being offset super bad in the average overall, or the total overall, I should say, not average. We do see still bombers overhead trying to go after units hanging out in the water. Now, Bricks, I think they have Torp defense, if I remember correctly, and the Percys do not, so that's not helpful. But those Percys are from Team 1, and they have crossed the Rubicon and are moving into Team 2's territory. And Bricks, of course, they fire a lot of shots very quickly, but that one Alpha Strike, man, it does a lot of damage. T3 naval facility done for Limes. Oh, please go for the gun. Yes, he does. T3 Neptune is coming online. It is a man of culture with the dual laser cannons on board. Man of culture. ASF starting to stack up here for Team 1 and Team 2. Looks like Team 1 a little bit slow, slightly leading in that round, but nothing too crazy. We do see more and more destroyers coming online, so Samurai focusing on the T2 tech, and Limes focusing on the T3 tech. That way they can at least have some units online, protecting while other units come online. But a bulwark does come off the assembly line after a destroyer and a nice little Governor-class cruiser that has those nonsense missiles online. Neptune getting spammed up very quickly, though, I might add. So he's trying to get that T3 unit online very quickly here. And the land invasion to the north has also occurred from Team 1. So Team 2 losing territory both in the north and the south. Looks like they're actually starting to regain it down there. But they still lost it. They just have to rebuild. A couple of gunships inbound going after some TMD, I would presume, and some easy to access mexes. But ASFs come in and kind of don't make it very viable for gunships to stay over there long term. That T2 mech's not dead. T1 bombers over the top going after that second mechs. They will kill that off. So almost those 3 9 mass per second producing mexes were taken offline. Almost 2 of the 3 were killed off there. Stacking up the air grids here for Team 1. Not as much here for Tensi, though. It's mainly just Blissful Noob producing them now. You see in the east, air grid expansion. No air grid expansion yet because this isn't T3, and no air grid expansion yet from Brain. So it's mainly just 2 players on Team 2 and, like I said, 2 players on Team 1. Northern side has been kind of just cleansed. That Neptune is now online, but at this point there's not a whole lot in range. It'll be nice for securing the beachhead, but Nothing too crazy. 22 minutes on the clock here. Team 1 has lost nobody. Team 2 has lost Cunning Fox. It is a 6v5 in favor of Team 1. Team 1, 2. No, not 2.4. 1.8k mass income. Looks like it was probably reclaim related or something. Versus Team 2's 1.6. So nothing too crazy in the lead up, and map control, it is starting to favor Team 1, but it, every time Team 1 gains a little bit of ground, they get pushed back. So I wouldn't be surprised at some point that Team 1 loses their beachhead. But let me know down in the comments at this point in the video who you think is going to win. Of course, if you haven't done so already, because at this point, why not? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I also appreciate all the time and attention you watch the video. I really do. Laser pretty much, you can see, at its wit's end at this point. So it's really nice to have, but the summit coming online here for Team 1's Lime is going to be a lot better at shooting stuff, at least at further range. And this will, of course, secure Navy in the north and secure a lot of territory as well, or at least deny territory. And Salem's doing a very good job of continuing to just push and push and push. That crab, not a monkey, is coming online for Wi-Fi. That will maybe be finished, but I don't... it probably will be finished. It'll be damaged decently when it comes off the assembly line. A couple of bricks intercede or interconnect or intercept or whatever the word is for Wi-Fi's comm. Wi-Fi should be fine, though. He's already shot an overcharge at those 2 bricks. One more will kill off that one, and then one more will kill off the other one. Crab is done. That megalith trying to push back the Salem's. The Salem's still holding position, of course. Is that a cruiser missile? No. I think that, yeah, that was a cruiser missile. Inbound. Those Salem's not going to last much longer against that firepower of that magnitude, but, they have created a nice little opening for Team 1's Limes to get that summit online. Now the summit just has to stay out of range of that crab. In the south, kind of devoid of the everything in the water besides a couple of torp launchers, and that's it. Team 2's Navy has been knocked out if they had much to begin with. We have a lonely little Percy on the eastern side for Lucre, but that's really about it in the water for now. Nothing too crazy so far in terms of air or in terms of anything else. No one's starting any spicy plays as of yet, but there's a lot of time before the game ends to start to get out online. Mass FAF farm started here for air player of Blissful Noob trying to scale his eco. Okay, well, that is kind of spicy. It isn't super spicy. It's not habanero or ghost pepper spicy, but I'd say it's like early jalapeno. I don't know what the other... I used to know a lot more peppers, and I've just forgotten a lot of them. But it's a little spicy. It's like a flavoring. It's not pepper. It's a little spicier than that. It's like maybe red pepper flakes, maybe. Just spicy enough, but still a lot of flavor. I'm the kind of person that does like spice, but if the spice is overpowering the flavor, it's not worth it for me. So habanero is pretty much as high as I go. It's just... I want to actually have flavor in my food and not just die in terms of either my stomach or my mouth being lit on fire. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell there. Eating them just wholesale is very interesting. I used to do that a while back, but I had a stronger... I was eating a lot more spicy food back then. I was just not eating as much spicy food, just not cooking with it. I don't know, just... My wife doesn't like a lot of spice, so I just don't have that many spices in the house at all. But, once in a while I'll throw in some spicier food, spicier condiments and stuff to it. Anyway, distracted by spicy food and whatnot. And well, the megalith is being annoying because it's 110,000 hit points, and Summit's just hanging out underneath the shield. That Neptune is almost dead, so that's not great for that thing, and it's gonna die pretty soon. It's just trying to deploy its torpedo defense, but just is denied because of the amount of torpedoes coming off that megalith. And the megalith again doesn't do a lot of damage in terms of every shot. It's like the brick, but underwater. The brick has a lot of shots. Each shot isn't very powerful, but it's the adding up of all the shots that makes the power, the DPS versus just the one shot that the Percy shoots. So whenever I play some RPG games, kind of like, you know, like Remnant from the Ashes, for example, I go with the kind of hybrid. Each shot does a lot of damage, but it's not like a 2-shot gun. It's mainly like a 10-shot or 10 magazine or 10-round magazine kind of gun. Kind of a mix. I don't like being their and I don't like being the sniper, because it's just, if you miss the shot, all that damage is out the window. So I'm not a perfect shot, but, you know, decent accuracy, I would say. Anyway, distracted by other things, of course, as I always am. Map control still favoring Team 1. Team 2 has pushed them at least mainly back into the water. A couple of more bricks still running around. That crab is really driving Team 1 nuts at this point. That T3 naval facility is probably going to be the next target if it can get there in time. A couple of torp launchers have been built, as well as TMDs, not SMDs. Man, I wish you could build SMDs on the water. Food for thought. Food for thought. Megawith's going to get back on land. There's a large group of forces starting to stack up, so maybe we'll see an attack inland at some point in the game down this way. That would be a nice target to take out. T3 is not coming online here for Samurai, so they'd at least knock out T3 Navy in the north. In the south, looks like Fat Boy online, but like I said, I mean, look at all the shots just hitting the mountain. Once in a while a shot will get through, but it's kind of just a maze down there. Look at that. One shot, couple of shots get through, but it's not really worth putting your Fat Boy there. And the further he goes in, the worse it gets in terms of being closer to friendly territory sort of thing. Nuke is done for Team 2's RNA. Oh. And explosion to the south. Looks like somebody died. Yeah, Brain died to Luker's Percy's. They essentially just one-tapped him, so that's another kill for Team 1, dropping it to a 6v4 now. But there is a nuke done, and it is loading as we speak. Not as fast as that other one from yesterday's video. Man, that thing loaded like super quick. And another nuke coming online for Wi-Fi, who's going to fire it immediately. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know where he's going to go with that. Don't think there's a line yet. Oh, no, there is a line. Okay, it's just really hard to see in all the red nonsense. Looks like it's going over here to Team 1's nuke over here. So it's nuke, nuke, nuke. Are there any more nukes I need to know about? Because I would... Oh, chicken, but that's not a nuke. Nope, nuke. Nuke. So, satellite for Team 1's Luker. Second satellite has been thought about. 2 nukes for Team 1. 2 nukes for Team 2. Somebody's has to build an SMD at some point. Crab down the middle goes after the T3 naval headquarters like I thought he would. Transports, I think, helped and deliver forces to the front line to kind of cut off the advancing forces from Team 2, but it will take out the headquarters at a minimum. The summit will survive, and its cannons are just trained onto that crab. Crab's going to dip back into the water, dropped into the red. So it's going to still be alive, but not by much, and nothing else is going to break through Team 1's defenses at this point. So great grab there by Team 2, knocking out a headquarters. In terms of Navy, land has now made it once again to Team 2's side of the map, but like I've been saying, nothing too crazy up there yet. Navy's far enough away from main bases for it to be not really a problem, but it's still there. So you might as well try to take it. So in the case down here, Team 1 has both navies. Team 1 isn't using Navy down there, but, you know, they've denied it for Team 2 at a minimum, so that's something. And the Fat Boy has retreated back to friendlier territory. So, again, that's kind of just been not naval units, but because of the way the water and the shotgun and nonsense of the mountains sit, land is kind of just there. You even have to just wait for your opponent to get to your side of the map to really engage. Second experimental online for Team 2 is done. It's a monkey this time, probably because they spent most of the mass on the Liberator nuke, and the Liberator nuke is about to fire. And it's going after Team 1's nuke. SMD is not going to load in time. That's not going to feel good. Blissful nuke spots the RNA nuke. You're -2. Oh, says Trith. So with Brain being killed off. He's now at -2. Nuke is outbound. First nuke of the game is going to nuke a nuke. And it's a nuke, I guess, nuke silo. Nuking a nuke would be your nuke a nuke that went off. That would possibly... I guess the warhead would have to be armed. So if you nuked a nuke in its silo and it was armed, the nuke would probably go off. But if it was in the silo and not armed, it would not go off. Yes. Maybe. Anyway. Oh. Nuke is outbound as I zoom in and completely just rip the computer a new one at that point. Here comes the nuke. Nice little turn. Almost a headshot. Almost on just the barrel of the silo. Boom! Everything is gone. SMD gone. Nuke gone. Base not really there anymore. The mech is actually not too bad, but everything else is gone. Luckily, the comm was nowhere near the impact zone. Nuke killed off 69. Nice 1,000 mass, so great grab there. And the crab makes it back to Team 2's side of the map, but gets killed almost immediately. So nice attempt getting it back to at least some semblance of friendlier territory, but it's probably still going to be scooped up by Team 1. Team 1's going to deny any engineers nearby anyways. And Blissful Noob says, JK the fatty gone. Oh, the fatty's over here. Or maybe there's another fat boy somewhere. Remember, it's a built for Luker. He is UEF, so either... Oh, is that a nuke? That was a nuking of a nuke. So, not nuking of a nuke, but two nukes simultaneously almost. RNA fires it at Luker's position, who has an SMB. I don't think it's going to load in time. And then the one inbound from Blissful Noob was just after that. That's going eastbound. Going to take a little bit to get to the other side of the map, of course. Is there an intermediary SMD nearby? No, one's being built, but it's not going to be loaded in time. Restore is stacking up for Team 1. And that satellite is dead. Third satellite started, going to replace the first one. SMD is passively loading. I think he's just going to let the nuke... not let the nuke, but the nuke's just going to come in and wipe stuff out. Unless there's an SMD I missed... Nuke is inbound. It's going after this position. This SMD has not been loaded. Nuke is going to land first, even though it was fired second. That's just how, angles work and whatnot. Boom! Kills off the T3 air headquarters and a couple of mexes for Team 2's Trith. And then this will kill off Luker's base. He's not going to feel good about this. Boom! Right on top of some E-storages. Not great. There goes the everything there. So 1, 2, 3 bases wiped out. Team 2's eco 1.9. Team 1's eco should... Is it really? It can't be a 3.4. That seems really high considering Team 2's at 2.1. Is that... That can't be that high. No, it is... It is that... Oh, wow. It is that high. Wow. Yeah, 600, 600, 500, almost 600. 3 players on Team 1 at 600. Wi-Fi at 760. Wow, that is a metric ton of mass that Team 1 is leading per second. Wow. I mean, that scaled exponentially quickly. Dang. And he is just firing everything into that silo. 40,000 mass killed. With that nuke, Team 2's RNA killed off 57,000 mass per second. Per second, just in total. I was going to say per second, but I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Monkey Lord being driven back by Brick and pseudo... I was going to say pseudo naval forces, but they are the pseudo naval forces. The destroyer being repaired. You don't see that every day. Players, especially on the same team... It's not like they're assisting the loading of a nuke or anything. It's just repairing a destroyer. Just having some fun. Just hanging out. Why not? Maybe he just has mass to spend. Doesn't know what to spend it on. He's like, just repair this unit. Who cares? ARAS done for creating an abyss. That lead is exponentially growing. 3.6 to 2.2 is crazy. Now the nuke is about to fire. Or at least load. Is it about to fire? Is the other question. Which... No, because it would be opening its hatch by now. But that's a lot of engineers and a lot of hives too. Just spam loading that thing. Artillery has been started nearby. The only issue I have is how close it is to the nuke. Now, granted, you know, build power, travel distance, all that stuff, I get it. But one nuke comes in, that SMD dies, all that stuff is dead. Both the artillery and the nuke. And if artillery is raining in, you place the shot right about here, and you're gonna hit nice little circle. So, just lots of shielding at the end of the day. Lots and lots and lots and lots of shielding. In the middle here, SAC running around. It is Rambo, but its hit points are going down very quickly due to artillery and brick fire. And there goes that guy. Another nuke outbound. It is from Team 2. It is from that nuke we were looking at earlier. I had just to wait a couple of seconds for it to actually fire. I like watching it launch from the silo. I think it's fun. But, of course, more than half the time after I look at it, it just fires. And then air fight over the top of the eastern side for Team 1 and Team 2. It's RNA versus Tensi. And we have some Restorer assistance inbound from Blissful Noob. I think Team 2 has this. I could be wrong. There is some AA inbound from Trite, so that's helping out a little bit. Restorer's in a tightly knit ball, and all those missiles are just, look at them, just being sent out of those missile silos on board. But man, that is a dead amount of ASFs. That's a lot of reclaim. Somebody's having fun outside with their car, if you can hear that. 192,000 mass on the field, and Nuke lands to the north, takes out the other naval facility. Kaboom! The Team 1 is being knocked out of Navy and being told, no, bad llama. Artillery is done for Team 2's Wi-Fi, and artillery started here for Team 1's air player of Tensi. Has a nice little position for a shield right in the middle of all that. Love to see that. SMD's being loaded. Looks like they're going after the SMD for Limes. He's building his own artillery, and man, he has plans for the future over there. Artillery is done for Trite. He has T3 artillery as well. Must be, yep, there. So Team 2 has 2 T3 artillery positions online. Team 1 has none that I have noticed. More mass spam and more satellite spam here from Luker. Just the one so far. Another nuke outbound. It's from Blissful Noob this time, and it's going somewhere. Oh no, it's going right there. Which, that's a lot of, wow. That is a lot of reclaim. And it's a lot of, you know, ACU reclaim, to be fair, but no, it's not ACU, ASFs. 142,000 on screen, brings it down to 125, so maybe 80,000. We'll look at the numbers on how much mass it kills off. Apologies for not looking at anything else. I kind of want to see how much damage this nuke does to all of that, everything. So there are engineers, looks like, scooping up as we speak, but I think their careers in scooping up reclaim is not going to be that long-lived. And kaboom! I think it was 50,000 mass killed. I mean, that's worth the nuke cost. That's more mass killed than what the nuke cost to build. It costs less mass to fire the nuke than it did to produce all those units that are sitting on the floor and in reclaim form. So it's worth it. Another nuke outbound from Team 2. It's from RNA this time. And it's going, I would assume, for maybe an attempt on the artillery from Team 1, which it is. SMD was just taken out by the looks of it. Ooh, not great. And that SMD is being loaded, and it will not. There is one up here. It isn't loaded either. Ooh, this is not good for Team 1 on the northern side. That artillery going down. That's Team 1's only artillery piece. And the air grids, air grids being wiped out. Team 2 is just sniping all of the important stuff at this point. Unless there's an intermediary SMD, which I do not see, or anything in range at all. That's a dead artillery piece. Remove Novaxes from the game, says Trite. I mean, to be fair, they've nuked 1, 2, soon to be 3 bases on Team 1 side of the map, and they've artilleried a couple 1.5-ish. Trith is UEF, to be fair. He could build his own, but I guess he just doesn't want to build them. And here comes the nuke. It is inbound. All the engineers are fleeing, and another nuke is inbound. Kaboom! Some of the engineers survive, but everything else is dead. Man, just the northern side getting hit with 1, 2, 3 nukes so far. Just being bombed out of existence. But good thing for Team 1, though, is that their land invasion is still occurring. It's not getting that far in, but it's still occurring. Another nuke outbound for the air grid for Team 1's. Who is that? That is Tensi. So artillery nuked, nuked the nuke, and nuked. T3 Naval Headquarters back online. Man, 4 out of the 6 bases, main bases for Team 1 have been nuked. And Team 1 still producing more mass than Team 2. 3.1 to 2.4. So doing very well in the eco situation, all things considered. Oh, everything's transferred over to Blissful Noob. Maybe he's going to leave the game. It would be the first departure for Team 1. It actually goes a little bit further west than I thought it would, but... Kaboom! Takes out that chunk of facilities. I think the T3 Air Headquarters was in that. Yeah, I think that's it right there. I think... I mean, no. I think that's it right there. Whatever. It's gone regardless, so... That's not helpful. I think Tensi's hasn't given everything over. Already killed SMD. Oh, that's not going to be fun. That's an SMD right there is what that is. Second artillery piece has been essentially stopped producing the Fat Boy instead. Land invasion is actually underway for Team 1, so land being a thing is not helping. But it's not stopping Team 1 from moving in. At least not created an abyss. He's pushing in. Chicken dies right, I think, outside of range of the SMD. That is unfortunate. Does Team 1 have a nuke loaded in Blissful Noob's base? No, but it's about to. So that is something to watch out for. Is that 3 artillery pieces inbound from Team 2 now? 1. Second one's almost done. Oh, that's T2 artillery. Okay, that's what it looked like for a second. And then I think... No, I think that's it, yeah. All of them are trying to breach the walls. The SMD is vulnerable, and it will die. T3 mech's trying to help protect a little bit. Not going to do a whole lot, though. Try hanging out. That is now gone. Nuke is going to be fired very, very soon. There is an SMD up here. It is loaded, so Team 1 has to be very careful. Probably should put it right about here. And it would clip everything they need to. Everything's kind of just disconjointed down there anyway. And 1, 2 shields coming online. 2 satellites so far for Team 1's Luker. Artillery, shields. I love that there's already shields here. There's already 3 of them. 4 of them, excuse me. Love that. Love it. We gotta protect that artillery. Artie is dead. SMD dead, says Tensi. Yep. So, air artillery coming in from Team 2. Slowly nipping at the air grid for Blissful Noob. Got to launch that thing immediately before that SMD comes online. If it even has a chance to at this point. There goes the nuke. Strategic launch detected. There it goes. From the void in the ground. It's coming from the void ocean that sits underneath the map. We see a couple of players on Team 2 and Team 1 in the water. Don't blame them there. Attack has been severely halted by Team 2, but again, the damage is done at least on the southern side. So the land game going not so well in the north now, but the south is not great for Team 2 either, so it's kind of a really weird position to be at this point. Satellites over top really helping things out, but they don't need to be there at that point. They can shift to other things, which it looks like Luker is doing as we speak. Gonna move them somewhere else. Call it a day there. Mega 20% says Cunning Fox. So they're worried about any sort of crab invasions that way. Nuke is about to reach its target. Lots of Ulthus running around. Do not tell me they're just going to go for whatever's in Team 1's base at this point. Here comes the nuke. Does not get shot down. Barely out of range, of course. They did the edge nuking, what they needed to do. T3 is done for Blissful Noob. And boom! kills off the everything in this base. One P-Gen somehow survives, but that's really it. Blissful Noob's still in the game, but it's still not Blissful Noob. Sorry, Triath is still in the game, but he's not feeling well. 4.1, 4.2 to 2.6. We have Volthus attacking Volthus. That's something you don't see every day. They are inbound for something. I don't know what they're going for, but they sense a vulnerability, and they're going for a couple of ASFs hanging out, but that's not going to be enough to stop that. Maybe they're going to go for some SMD snipage on this position. I don't know what they're trying to do. SMD right here. Looks like they're trying to just take out whatever they can at this point, maybe. There is some AA coverage in the area. It's not great. It's not nothing, but it's not great. And Engineers fleeing to cover. T2 flat coming online very, very quickly, of course. And it's going to take out Volthus. Volthus are not as... I don't remember the exact numbers, but not super strong. Huge amounts of ASFs online for Team 2 for ARNA and Voss combined. Artillery still raining in. The nuke is exposed. The shield grid is down. Ooh. Oh! That's gonna hurt. That's a huge chunk of the power right there. There it went. Up in flames. There it went. Ooh. Oh, and then there goes the nuke. Oh, disappointing. I think it was 100-something thousand mass killed, but the T3 artillery is online, so that's something. Team 1 has 1 T3 artillery piece. Team 2 has 2. They would have had 3, but that's gonna ban somebody. Control Ks. Looks like that's Limes. He control Ks for some reason. Maybe he just wanted to leave the game. Maybe he had to go. Maybe he had a DC. I no idea. There's no comments in chat. Let's see. Looks like he donates a bunch of mass over the Blissful Noob and then he leaves. So usually when that happens, it's maybe it's a just, hey, gonna give you some mass and leave. Maybe, like I said, maybe he had to go. Who knows? There is no reason unless somebody played the game and they were on comms. There aren't a lot of communications in chat. There's some, but there's not too much. So it makes me think these players are on comms. Another nuke outbound from Team 2 because Team 1 doesn't have any nuke launches anymore that I know of. But yeah, there's nothing in chat about it, at least recent. Another. Ooh, Luker has a lot of mass coming into his coffers now. He does not have 42k. He has 1.1. And he decides to spend that mass, and spend it he will. His shields are now merging with Blissful Noob shields. It's kind of like a nice little amalgamation there. Another artillery piece, maybe? I don't know where that... Oh, it's going... Ooh. Going after the SMD. That's not great. Where did that nuke end up going? Oh, it's going... Oh, found it. Oh, it's going for that crab. Oh, he just wanted to just hang out. Kaboom. Nope. Tensi just says Limes being Limes. No idea. No comment, as I always try to give my best on that kind of situation. So I am a neutral party in that regard. I cast games. That's it. That's all it. Well, that's not all I do, but you get my point. It's not looking good. Oh, that's actually 2 SMDs. Still, it's not looking good in either place, regardless. Second artillery piece in the yellow, getting more shielding to protect the first one at a minimum. Another satellite for Team 1, so those 2 got finished, and now another one's going to be soon built. Looks like it needs more P-gens. Another nuke outbound from Team 2, and there's more stuff up here. I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same battleship that's been alive for a while. So it's still alive and kicking. Looks like it hit over there for a while. Again, T3. Oh, there's a T3 artillery piece over here. Oh, you gotta love that. No. Oh, there's an SMD. They're just building a second one. Going after this position. Team 1 dash, but he wants to get rid of that. T3 Pigeons being reclaimed. That one's exposed. Not great. Not great. And the second artillery piece that was going to be the third one is now being built. SMD are loaded. It's that nuke's not... I think that's going to be the first nuke that's denied, I think, of this game. Everywhere else that has been nuked has just either had no SMD there, it wasn't loaded, or it was just taken out. One of those 3. T3 done for Tensi. T3 done for... What? T3 done for Tensi? Where? What does Tensei have a T3 artillery piece done? What? Oh, this one over here. Oh, wait. Oh, he transferred over to Blissful Noob. Blissful Noob came over and he finished. Okay, so Team 1 has 3 artillery pieces online. Somebody build a Duke. Somebody build a Duke and all 4 will be in one game. It hardly ever happens. I think there's been more games with all 4 game enders than there have been with all 4 T3 artillery pieces. I think. Not 100%. At least the ones that I've casted, possibly. Another. Yep. Another nuke outbound from Team 2 once again. It's outbound from this position now. But it's under heavy bombardment from artillery from Team 1, so they gotta get those things fired and out of there once they're loaded. And Team 2 still not really super worried. There's a couple of chickens over there from Team 1, but, you know, they have a couple of fat boys. Another chicken inbound. That's not going to help things. Wrath is going to fall back. Another fat boy online for him. No. Oh. So, here's the thing. Why? Why is it there? Why is this, a Yolana Oz, near anything? Why? Rogue T3 artillery will come in and wipe that clean. It's an air grid. You're gonna shoot at that thing. Just... I mean, it's in the yellow. I'll give him that credit that he's already up that quick, but still... At least put it, like, right here, so it's, like, not that close. I mean, granted, it's the whole reverse psychology of, well, I put where they think you shouldn't put it. I'll put it there so they don't shoot at it, but it's still a thing that they'll shoot at. So, Nuke was denied. Like I said, first time of the game. SACs land on the northern shores. They are the EMP ones with 400 hit points a second regen nonsense, so they'll be alive for a little bit. Land invasion has been stopped. Artillery bombardment still ongoing. Shields are starting to collapse. I also heard other explosions. Trying to make sure I don't miss any big explosions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 satellites. 2 emissaries and a partridge in the pear tree. That's Fat Boy. MB... What? What? Did he just kill off a chicken or something? I feel like he killed off a chicken is what he's saying. That's MVP Fat Boy. And those are, you know, that's Created Abyss. Those were his chickens. At least I think it's a him. I don't know. Anyway, that has to be in reference to the fact that Fat Boy killed off 61,000 mass, I would presume. Oh, yeah, killed off the chicken before it got to the SMD. Ah, it makes sense. Another chicken down here. Fat Boy's shifting that way. Like I said, the southern side, it's been kind of just slow once the nuke happened against Trith, and it's kind of just been slow in general. But again, it's T3 artillery, it's nukes, it's possible game enders, it's possible game enders in the form of artillery or satellites. Number 6 is coming online. At this point, if I want this to be the thumbnail of the video, I might as well take a picture now, because if somebody decides to nuke this, I kind of want a picture before and not have to go through the thumbnail again. Blissful Noob says something. Limes is still in the chat, so it's still alive, still here and kicking. And artillery is down for Team 2. I think that's their last remaining T3 artillery. So not that all hopes rest on the nuke, but it's half done. It is half done. Like I said, now that the artillery is done, they'll probably keep firing, I would assume, onto the Liberators. If Team 1 doesn't know about the... That is Team 2. Every time I do that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to look at what Team 1 sees, and yeah, they don't see it, so. Yeah, anyway. And 4 satellites are going to just Control-Alt-Delete that thing. Ooh, I really would like to see if an artillery piece could actually hit a satellite in the air. That'd be entertaining to watch. Shots inbound from the west from those Colossi. Not Colossi, sorry, those galaxies, not Colossi. And satellites are, yep, they're going to kill the nuke off. And the Galaxies are not helping the nuke shield strength on that point by any means. But did Team 1 change where their artillery was going? Yes, they did actually. It looks like still the disruptor's firing on the nuke, but oh, unintended consequences. Yep, there's the, we gotta spam shields up. Yep, there it is. I knew it would show up at some point. If that honestly, if that YOLO gets finished, I'm gonna that's gonna be the thumbnail. Is who put a YOLO in my air grid? That's gonna be the thumbnail right there. Oh, yep. There went that part of the air grid. Nope. Team 2 still has air by a wide margin, so not super worried. Team 1 hasn't really invested that much back into air anyways. They've kind of just gone T3 artillery game ender style-ish weapons and call it a day. But that's not great. PGen's not providing enough power, and now the YOLO is in the green. Oh, see what I mean about that artillery shot? Not good place. Oh, I think it got spotted. No, it didn't get spotted yet. Okay. Just keeping track of that, because once Team 1 sees that, it's game over for that YOLO. Satellite still is not enough. Galaxy shots trying to help, but it's just not enough. Shields are being upgraded. Love to see the ED5s being upgraded too. This one's already been upgraded too. Lots of engineers supporting it. They've actually canceled nuke loading in favor of just keeping the nuke alive. That's a lot of attention. 5 satellites plus an artillery firing at that one location. A lot of firepower being distracted from everything else on Team 2 side of the map. Essentially, here's a big... what's down here? Ooh, a couple squadrons of whalers inbound. Let's see how many. Almost 4. Literally almost 4. Not literally almost... Well, it is literally almost 4. 2 off of having 48... And AA is being spammed up immediately. Another 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez. Reminds me of that how many satellites does one person need game. Jeez. It's not that close. I think it was like 12 to 15 gunships. Not gunships, but satellites in that one player side of the map. And then there was another like 10 or so on the other side of the map. So it was, 25 something satellites in one game. It was nuts. Ooh, whalers starting to get hit by the AA. And they are shifting northward. Eco is 3.6, 2.8. Team 2 has caught up, but still hurting. How's the YOLO? The YOLO is dum-da-dum-dum-dum. It's not done yet. I thought it was closer to being done. Okay, I'll come back in a couple seconds. Fat Boy inbound. Satellites and the artillery and the everything else have broken through the shielding, and they're reclaiming that nuke immediately. I don't blame them. Get that mass in your coffers and put it to something else. YOLO is dun 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 dun. It's still not done. It's a very anticlimactic game. Dun 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 dun. It's done. There it is. There it is. Who had the brightest idea to put a YOLO in an air grid? And it, to be fair, it kind of does blend in a little bit. It's very similar to the T3 PGen. Am I blending in? Hello, fellow kids. That's another thing I'm thinking of. Is just that meme. I can never remember his name, but not Guilford Godfrey, is it? No, that's somebody. Is it? No, I think that's somebody. Anyway, it's just the meme of hello, you fellow kids, and it's just YOLO. Yep. It would be a better thumbnail if that other half of the air grid was still there, but yep, YOLO is online. First game ender of the match is online and is loading as we speak. Does Team 1 have adequate SMD defense? Probably. In some places. This SMD did get taken out. This SMD still online. Lots of shielding. Not going to protect against a nuke. SMD here. That's loaded decently nice. There's an SMD there. There's an SMD there. So there is some SMDs running around. Lots of SMDs to the north, a couple more to the north as well. So pretty much everything is covered. I think Luker, everything down here really isn't that vital. It's mainly over here. Another satellite. RNA. Ooh. Starting teleported laser is done. RNA sitting at a gun, laser, and soon to be teleporter. The western side is not really there anymore. And Scathis is done. Team 2 has 2 game enders. Oh, it's done. Team 2 has 2 game enders. Granted, the artillery choice, not my favorite. But YOLO is now outbound essentially at the same time that the Scathis is prepping up to fire. Second Scathis has been started immediately. That YOLO's going to be a wake-up call to Team 1. It looks like satellites are moving to the SMD down here. And nope. They're going somewhere else. Oh, they're just taking out mass extractors, looks like. Give this shield as well, says Trith. Looks like he wants to fund all the shield protection. Guess he has a lot of power that just he's not using. Yeah, he has some. It's going up and down, so I think he should be fine with taking over those shielding. YOLO is outbound. This SMD has how many loaded? 4. So 1, 2, and then there's 3, 4. We know down there 3 emissaries are online. That's not great. There's another anti-YOLO missile, but here comes the Scathis fire. Already Scathis, YOLO's. Look at that. That's a perfect Artie, Scathis, and YOLO almost simultaneously. Scathis is targeting the right thing, is going after the emissaries, and they're immediately going like, huh, that's not nice. Intensi's like, YOLO. Bat Boys are inbound on ground on the north from Luker. That's not great for Team 2's defenses. They don't really have a lot on land at this point. Second Scathis has been started, but they're shifting over to monkey support. Definitely a good choice there. Another YOLO is outbound. 45 minutes on the clock. Another YOLO, another nuke is outbound, a regular one. Lots of nukes this game. Get rid of those Novaxes. Scum says, he's like, I hate you in particular. He's like, I make war on you. Not Scathis, but Novaxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them. Is he going to build any more? Nope, he's going to spam up SMDs, though, that's for sure. He might just stick with the 8. But 8 is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, 3 emissaries plus 8 satellites. Yeah, they're not going to go for the SMDs. They're going for the nuke. They're going for the YOLO. There goes that. I don't know where the other nuke went. It's going across the middle. Will it drop short? SMD, they're going to not be built in time. And another YOLO outbound for... No, that's a regular RNA. That's a regular RNA nuke. That one's going to be shot down, you would presume. Yep, there it goes. Oh, the YOLO is not doing very well. SMDs are being targeted. YOLO... Pigeons next door are being taken out. Ooh, Voss is in the mix. That's not great. Oh, that Pigeon goes down. He might just be dead. YOLO fires another nuke. They're not going to try to do that Novax anti-SMD or anti-nuke nonsense. Oh, yeah, that's a sight to behold. And there goes the everything. Voss is dead. Voss is dead. Kaboom! Went out in a blaze of glory. Oof. Bahahaha, says Little Noob. And yes, that is not a kill. Not control K. That is a kill, of course. Scathis still raining in. Speaking of Scathis, how's that doing? It's still fine. We know where those satellites are going next, though. Next, go! Sometimes I surprise even myself. Oh, artillery from Team 2. From somewhere. Oh, no. That's right. So the conversation about the whole Duke thing. It was built. It just wasn't alive at the time. It was built by Trith. That's right. Satellites is going to wipe everything else off the map. Nuke. Oh, it makes it close. But the SMD does get loaded in time. So that's good. I didn't have... What? I didn't have... Fat Boys? Is that what he's talking about? I have... Most useless unit is only... I didn't have... Yeah, I think he's talking about the Fat Boys. Here goes an explosion here. That's Trith, I bet. He doesn't want to die by satellites. Don't blame him. That's a terrible way to go out. So Team 2 loses another player. It is not going to be a flawless victory because Team 1 lost Limes. My 1,000 games of gap have played off. So, that's pretty funny. Was such a dead game, says Trith. I mean, not really, but it didn't help that, you know, again, half of the map was covered in nonsense for land. 3 artillery pieces. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do not try to break double digits with satellites, please. No, to the north. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna live much longer. 47.5 minutes on the clock. Nice shot there. Takes out a shield. Takes out some hives earlier on. Dual emissary fire takes out the second Scathus that was being built. Actually, no. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and there goes that. Second game ender is down. Scathus fire is still raining in. 47 minutes on the clock. Team 1. Oh, everything transferred over to RNA in the east from Wi-Fi. RNA is actually on a transport currently. Don't know where he's going. Looks like satellites are exclusively going after SMDs at this point. I don't blame a land invasion to the south. Scathus fire just was not enough. It just wasn't. Oh, Pigeon's exposed. Yeah, just isn't going to be... Mavor. Definitely needed a Mavor instead, for sure. Just, it's... Okay, the earlier the Scathus is made, the better. It just is. Less shielding to deal with, less ways to count... Not less ways to counter it, but there's just less available for somebody to counter it. It's just one of those things where... a movability, you can build it in the water and then put, have a shield grid already established and then just slot it in. That's super nice, but late game Scathus is just, unless you have 4 of them, or 3 of them, we'll say 3. Maybe 2, but at least 2, maybe 3. Anyway, it's just not, I don't think it's worth it. My 2 cents on that matter. Second artillery piece done. Building a lot of aircraft carriers there. Phantom. Hey, look, regular nuke outbound once again from Team 2. But I think that one nuke is really not going to cut it at this point. Team 1 has built up so many SMDs. Satellites have taken out the SMDs over here. Chickens inbound. Team 1 bomber spam over here for RNA. They're cleaning up the rest of this eastern side. Another SMD is about to get knocked out. Team 2 is running out of SMDs. There goes the nuke standing overhead. They have 1 right here, and that's it. There's just not really a whole lot for Team 2 at this point. There's a nuke sub up to the north as well, I just noticed. And it's actually going to fire its nuke as soon as it's done loading. So we'll see what it ends up hitting. But like I said, at this point, it's not going to matter. 49 minutes on the clock. Another nuke outbound. This time from Team... Do not tell me you built a YOLO. Okay, you just built a regular nuke. I'm like, do not tell me you built another one. What? No. Is somebody building it? No? Okay. Oh, that's just the Hustue nuke launcher icon. Satellites moving northward. There are 8 of them over there. Another nuke outbound from Team 1. Outbound from this position. Awasa being built and canceled. Why not? Teleporter done. For Wi-Fi, charting laser. Are they just going to dual telemaser in? I mean, that is a way to go. Where did RNA go? Oh, he's down here. Oh, he wanted a shorter teleporter distance. That would make sense. SMD. Abyssal noob. Yep, that's the... Tensi control... Oh, hold on. Tensi control cade. And Wi-Fi control cade. Uh-oh. There's a desync. Well, there's not really much left for Team 2 anyway. It would have been cool to see a double telemaser, but it was... Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, I will pause it very briefly. There was a nuke inbound for his position. So had he not control K'd, he would have died anyways before you could telemaser. Anyways, so yeah, another nuke outbound. Oh wait, I think it was 2 nukes inbound for that position, possibly. Oh yeah, there were 2 nukes. Yeah, he was gonna die. Well, maybe that was just... No, that's his explosion. Now here comes the nuke. And RNA teleports in. He's in the water. He's going to hop onto land. This is the last remaining player for Team 2. And he's going to get some satellites. He has 2 veterans. He's going to get a little bit more hit points under his belt. But at least 1 or 2 of them, I think, is going down before he dies. Where are you, says Blissful Noob. Well, he's over here. He's over by the P-gens and the satellites and the whatnot. Still trying to crack that shielding. There he goes. Able to crack this one. Kills off the everything here. Kills off the first satellite. There is some T1 PD over here. He's just going to walk into it. He doesn't care. He's like, nah, it's fine. Oh, no, maybe who cares? Another explosion? Oh, it's just another nuke landing. There's nukes landing in the water, trying to just find him. And RNA's still alive, still kicking. He's not dead yet. Ooh, kills off a mass fab chunk over there. SACU is teleporting in as well. Oh, they must have walked, because... Huh. Yeah, they don't have teleporter on board, so there's no way that could have happened. RNA going after the second laser satellite station, kills off that one. Hey, you got 2 of the 9. That's pretty good. Oh, no. That's a donut. Don't I have a donut, says Blissful Noob. I want to crush him with my donut. No. Oh, sad. It is sad, but Team 1 wins the game. Could have ended it with a nuke. Could have ended it with the nuke. Could have ended it with the donut, but that was it. Team 2 built 2 game enders. Tons of nuke fired. Team 1 won with artillery and satellites. And chickens. Well, taking out some SMDs helped, but that's the game. Well, I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Let me know down in the comments who you think deserve to win. Not deserve to win, but who deserves MVP. I think the 1,000 games of sentence kind of, not sentence, of gap kind of helped Blissful Noob a little bit, so maybe I'll give it to him. The 9 satellites, though, is a lot. It's a lot. But I think the 3 emissaries were definitely a little more punching power that Team 1 needed to get to that nuke, and then it got to the other things and then the whatnot. But I think it's Blissful Noob for this game. Let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one.